Huge breaking news for Bitcoin. The SEC permits in-kind creations and redemptions for crypto ETPs. Ether as well. They're just really saying Bitcoin for some reason, but let's read this specifically from the immediate release. This was basically just now, guys. All right, just from the SEC. The orders approved today reflect a departure from recent approved, spot Bitcoin and Ether ETPs, which were limited to creations and redemptions on an in-cash basis. So it's a new day at the SEC, and a key priority of my chairmanship is developing a fit-for-purpose regulatory framework for crypto asset markets, says Chairman Paul Atkins. Round of applause for Paul Atkins. 1 million times better than Gary Gensler. Straight clown nose, Gary Gensler. Bye-bye, sir. We don't miss you. All right. But what does this mean, guys? Because I didn't really understand what this meant at first as well. But they're allowed to redeem shares using Bitcoin and ETH now directly instead of cash. Because at the end of the day, whoa, what? How'd that get in there? Sorry. Because at the end of the day, who wants fiat? That's the whole, what are we doing here? All right. That's what we talk about all day. All right, I just came on live here, pause. I came live this morning on X, on YouTube, and I was discussing how I spend USDC. All right, this is where the world's turning. I don't even use fiat anymore. USDC is basically backed by fiat, but the point is we're moving away from this system. Individuals are going to, now that this is an option, for sure. Why would you want fiat? I mean, you can buy things with fiat, but now you can buy mortgages. You can do a mortgage with Bitcoin and crypto, according to Cynthia Lummis soon. She has a bill that she just introduced. But this is just crazy. It's crazy. Almost knocked over my coffee. It's like almost 2 p.m. here, guys. I'm a little wired. I got a Tesla today. It's a great day. All right. Let's look at a little bit more of this and then move on to some of the other things. I just showed something briefly for you guys. Jamie Selway, director of the Division of Trading and Markets, said the commission's decision today is an important development for the growing marketplace for crypto-based ETPs. In-kind creation and redemption provide flexibility and cost savings to ETP issuers, authorized participants, and investors, resulting in more efficient markets. That's great. We love to see that. We love to hear that. We love to smell that somehow, if that's possible. Speaking of things, this girl is taking over my goddamn X timeline. I almost said Twitter. I can't do anything without seeing Sydney Sweeney's face. And although I'm not complaining, all right, it's just like, it's a lot. This is clearly a ChatGPT generated image of Sydney Sweeney with all the backlash from this American Eagle, was it commercial? Who cares? Very silly. But this is what I'm seeing now as well. People are starting to ride on the bandwagon, jump all over Sydney Sweeney, pause, and create these AI-generated memes. You know, this is a strategy right on the top of it, right? This is from Samson Mao, who we just covered this morning, who has a 200K Bitcoin price prediction, I think it was, he said. 200K. Just like Michael Saylor, he's got the strategy eyes, the Bitcoin eyes, the laser eyes. Great for him. But this did make me chuckle. Talking about marketing, clearly, American Eagle just crushed it. Sydney Sweeney's crushing it. She's also in like 2 or 3 other commercials I've seen her in. But the point is, you put her on a commercial, you're going to get some eyes. So, Samson Mao, funny guy. I have an idea, sir. Hear me out. Very funny. All right. Let's move on, guys. ETPs, great. We know that. Speaking of Michael Saylor, he doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. It like 21,021. Someone put a 21 Savage ad lib in there. 21. Guys, Michael Saylor and Strategy just bought 21,000 more Bitcoin. That's 2.5 million, basically. What the hell? Like, it's almost bothering me now. Like it kind of bothers me. Like I want to see other people start getting in on the mix. It's nice seeing Tom Lee buy a bunch of ETH, SharpLink buying a bunch of ETH, you know, other players buying a bunch of Bitcoin. But every time I see BlackRock or Strategy, I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, okay, great. We get it. Shocker. I know it's good. I'm not complaining, but it's just like, I want to see a different headline sometimes. All right. And the reason why I wanted to show this, guys, just mentioned BlackRock. These two alone have accumulated over 1 million Bitcoin. And this is a good point too. Think about it. We're only at 118. Could you imagine when we're at 1 million per coin, whether it's in 4 years from now and 5 years from now, 2030, or whether it takes to 2035? Insane. It's just literally insane. I want to play some videos for you guys. So work with me. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, put something else on the screen because I want you guys to see this. Okay. First off, why does this kid wear a hat all the time? He's got nice hair. All right. I just don't get that. That's a little interesting to me. Jack Mahler's bud, you got good hair, man. Show it. Always wearing a hat. And I said kid. I have no idea how old he is, but he looks like he's 13 to me. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. If you ever hear this, sir, Jack Mahler, because you're an awesome guy. You've accomplished so much. But at the end of the day, it's like, what's going on? But listen here, guys. We just talked about BlackRock. We just talked about Strategy buying all this Bitcoin. We also talked about 21 Capital earlier on in the live stream today. What is 21 Capital? It's basically a second strategy that is, and you know, Jack says we're not competing, you know, low key, there's going to be a competition because you're going to be fighting for customers at this point. What is one thing that separates 21 Capital from Strategy? Is they actually show the reserves. That's huge to me. Could be huge to investors. So this is where we're at, guys. Bitcoin is continuously still getting bought up by anybody. But I wanted to show Mr. Jack here, sir. Nice hair. Oh, where's his hat? Let's just listen to Jack. Let's just take a listen.
What's the end game for you? Is it just to buy as much Bitcoin as you can and hold it for as long as possible and never sell it?
That's one of the goals, yes. But I think what makes us different than a lot of these other businesses is we plan to build Bitcoin products as well. I mean, the founding group is Tether and myself. I founded and lead Strike, is one of the bigger Bitcoin financial services firms in the world. Tether obviously is one of the most impressive companies in the history of humanity, but specifically in building massive cash flows within the space. So Paulo and I, before we were CEOs, we were engineers. We built a lot of products. And so we plan to not only acquire as much Bitcoin as possible, raising capital and all sorts of deep capital pools, but also build products, build technology, build tools. I think when people eventually think of 21, it's, are they a competitor to Coinbase? Are they a competitor to Strategy? For us, why not both? We think we have that potential.
Do you?
21. Yeah, I mean, they do have that potential. If they continue on the same course that we're looking at right now, sky's the limit. And again, he's not wrong. Tether has an insane amount of reserves that they just printed a billion more. Where's that going? You got to be paying attention to all this stuff, because if you're not, you're going to be missing out on where the money's flowing. How you doing? Where there's some money flowing? Let's get going. I'm going to play another clip right here, guys. This is Mike Novogratz. If you don't know who Mike Novogratz is, he's the CEO of Galaxy. He's been all over the news for the past couple of years. I would say a lot of his takes have been spot on since I've been listening to Mike Novogratz. He's definitely not a dumb guy. Damn smart guy. So this whole day, the first live stream, this one right now, has just been a ton of very bullish predictions. And what do you know? We found another one today. So let's listen to Mike Novogratz, because we're covering Bitcoin right now. There's so much going on. It's still being bought up by insane amounts. BlackRock, 21 Capital, Strategy, countries around the world, right? We listened to Brian Armstrong this morning. Same thing is happening with ETH. The two biggest cryptos right now are getting the most attention, but not only attention, people are putting their money where their mouth is. So what do you think is going to happen, guys? Okay, let's listen to Mike Novogratz.
What's unique about Bitcoin as an asset is it was created with 21 million coins total. Period, end of story. There'll never be more than that.
But not all those have been mined, is my point.
Most of them, lots of them have been lost. There have been more Bitcoin lost than will be mined for the rest of eternity.
Right. Let me preface this. Guy's going to come back and chin him on there being more Bitcoin. Potentially, he thinks that there could be more made. Just listen to Mike, pretty much tell him it's not going to happen.
And so you've got this idea of a fixed supply of something. And more people are being brought into the Bitcoin tent. More and more people are realizing this is a story that they want to care about. And so once Larry Fink said BlackRock's getting behind this, right? All that pushing the snowball uphill, it started rolling downhill. And now we've got all these treasury companies buying Bitcoin. We've got sovereign wealths buying Bitcoin. We've got retail investors buying Bitcoin. There's easier ways to get it. And so the adoption of Bitcoin as a macro asset, as an asset to save money in, I think that's now a ball rolling downhill. And the bull case becomes that over time, young people care about it more than old people. And so gold slowly gets replaced by Bitcoin. And so, if you look at gold's market cap and Bitcoin's market cap, Bitcoin has a long way to go, right? 10x.
Wow.
See, that's where I kind of agree with him and disagree with him. Now, let me tell you why. And I covered this morning on the show as well. Just going to put something back on the screen here so you guys are entertained. All right, let's just do this. Why not? Let's just do this one for no reason in particular. But listen, guys, he said younger people are more interested in Bitcoin. I really don't think that's the case. And I used to drive home a lot how millennials buy a lot more Bitcoin than boomers. But the boomers that matter are the billionaires. So it's like, who cares if not a lot of, everyday boomers are not buying Bitcoin? If the boomers with the most money are buying a shit ton, does it really matter? No. Again, guys, Bill Miller is a billionaire. We covered it yesterday. Spoken about him multiple times. Over half of his net worth is in Bitcoin. He's a great investor. So you got a lot of guys out there like that. And some are low key. They're not even out here in public doing all this, right? So a lot to focus on. But I genuinely think it's not just millennials and stuff that are buying Bitcoin. Honestly, I think more people in their 20s are not buying Bitcoin. They're buying alts and meme coins, and they want a better return. They want more gains than what Bitcoin is going to give them in the short term. I think, how do I put this? You have a lot of fiscally very intellectual and conservative individuals. I'll give you an example. I've interviewed someone in the crypto space before. His name is Rajat Soni, and he was just on the Mr. M podcast with Casper Silver. They had a debate. Phenomenal episode. I definitely encourage you guys to go watch that. But Rajat is definitely a conservative investor, and he's all in on Bitcoin. And it just makes sense why someone like that would want to stay with Bitcoin, and I admire and respect it, and I get it. I'm not hating on it at all. The people who hate on someone's decision of what they want to do within crypto is very stupid to me. There's a lot of tribalism in crypto, and it's very silly, guys. It's like, kind of like, grow up. Like, come on. What are we doing here? We're all supposed to be together in this space, in the traditional system. So stop being stupid. Let's all come together. That's my advice. It's my 2 cents. But at the end of the day, if someone wants to be completely in Bitcoin and they have a ton of valid reasons, mind you, Rajat's also a CFA, so he's not a nobody. But if that's someone's route, great. If someone else wants to go outside of Bitcoin, like I'm saying how younger, maybe Gen Zs are right now, I'll say maybe older millennials are probably more Bitcoin heavy and less take risk. Younger millennials and Gen Zs are definitely taking more risk and diversifying into alts, memes, whatever it may be. NFTs. I know for a fact that's what's going on because I've been in this space for over 4 years, and that's exactly what I see. I interact with people my age and younger who are doing exactly that. The people my age or older are more Bitcoin and ETH centric, and that's fine. We're all getting attention here, guys. And you know what? Maybe Samson Mao was right. You put Sydney Sweeney in a hat like this, an orange shirt, that's going to get attention too. So I just wanted to use Sydney today, guys, because like she's literally all over my timeline with this silly Abercrombie American Eagle. Yeah, I think it's American Eagle commercial. But yeah, just wanted to jump on here with y'all, Appreciate you guys. 19 people right now watching on X. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. If you hadn't subbed already, go ahead and make sure to do that for me. But this was the breaking news I want to come on and talk about, because this was literally, right? I jumped on here 15 minutes ago. This was like 30 minutes ago. So right after this happened, I wanted to let you guys know. So sub if you haven't, because we're always giving you breaking news. I'm doing this every day. Appreciate you guys for joining. Again, guys, big news. SEC just dropped this. SEC permits in-kind creations and redemptions for crypto ETPs, and it mentions specifically spot Bitcoin and Ether ETPs. So will this happen in the future with other ones, consistent with other commodity-based ETPs? So possibly that means we can see Cardano. Cardano is a commodity. It's going to be, regulated by the CFTC. Anything else of that nature that is very similar, probably the same thing. So I'd be interested to see what that is going to be. Tomorrow, we are going to be going live. If they are going to be doing the crypto report live or anything, once we get the news there, I'm going live right away. Right away. The tomorrow of the digital asset report, we're going to find out what the Bitcoin strategic reserve is going to look like. We're going to find out if there's going to be a digital stockpile of any other cryptocurrencies. Tomorrow could be a huge day, a very bullish day, or it could be a down day. It could be a red day or a trade sideways day. We don't know what's going to be in this asset, the digital asset report yet. So once we have all that information, we're going to see what's going to happen. So stick with us, guys. Appreciate you for joining the stream here. I will see you tomorrow for the live when we cover the digital asset report. In the meantime, guys, have a